Awesome. Hey guys, welcome to our Tuesday night Own Your Own Life event. Now, I'm so excited because tonight we have a very special guest joining us who is launching her business, and that's beautiful Shanice. Now, I know I was having a chat to her, she's a little bit nervous, so if you've jumped on tonight to support her, I'm really appreciative and I'm sure she is too. So, my name's Katrina Stark. Now, I've been doing this for almost 4 years now, which blows my mind. It's gone so quick. So I get the pleasure of getting to host her and just talk you guys through a little bit around what her business looks like. Now, I know when I first started, I was so uncertain of everything to the point that it almost put me into shock of wanting to learn anything more. I just kind of switched off and kind of went in the head is in the sand kind of bucket. But when I did start to learn and I start to understand what the products were actually about, what the program actually entails, and then of course on the flip side, what the business actually involves, it really did kind of put some kind of light bulb inside my mind of, hey, maybe I should know more about this. And I'm so damn glad I did, because 3.5 years ago looked a hell of a lot different to what it does now. During that time, I think life looked a lot like it does for most people. I was getting up every day doing the same shit. I was getting up, eating the same food, putting the same patterns into my daily routine. I was thinking the same thoughts. I was going to the same job. I was living off the same amount of money. And I really was struggling. I didn't like the way life was headed. I didn't like the people around me. I didn't like a lot of stuff. But I was just putting up with the same crap every day because I assumed that was what I had to do. So I kind of got thrown into this opportunity. At that stage in my life, I was a traditional dance studio owner. I owned a studio. So if anybody who's ever taken dance classes or sent their kids to dance classes, there's a lot of back-to-back classes at night. So I was literally from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. every night running dance classes, passing off my kids to whoever would have them so that I could go and earn some money. And then during the morning, because I was a traditional business owner, and a lot of people know that all the money goes out rather than comes in, I was actually doing a part-time job doing family daycare as well. So it really was a bit of a struggle. I still found that every week I was only living week to week. I was never really getting ahead. And then I went through a really horrible separation and ended up as a single mum with 2 very small kids. And at that time, I was really grateful to have an opportunity come and land in my lap, and it was this one. I watched a recording very similar to this, and if I'm honest, I was totally reluctant. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to jump on to support. But I fell in love. I fell in love with the fact that people were so normal, the stories were so relatable, the community seemed really kind, and it was something that I knew I was lacking. So I just ask that if you have a little bit of an open mind, we all have areas in our life where we'd like to expand, whether that be health and wellness or whether it be finances and career passion. So either way, this could go for you. I know Shanice has been so pleasantly surprised by both avenues, and we get to hear from her a little bit later. We also get to hear from some other kick-ass women who have been doing it for all sorts of different time periods, and I think that that's what makes it special. You're going to see so many. You're going to see some young, some older faces, some mums, some not mums, all sorts of different people who are coming into this looking for an area to expand. So I'm going to shoot on over and hear from my beautiful friend Ashi, who's living it up in Bali right now, if it looks really sunny. And she's going to explain a little bit about the awesome program and the products that we utilize in our online method of work. So Ashi, the floor is all yours, my love.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for that introduction. So basically what we work with is a holistic health program. So we have a program. We also have products that support our program. So you guys may have seen the amazing results come out of our program. So our program is based around getting more whole food into the body, because we know the Western crazy society right now, this pace of life that we live is so fast paced. We don't get a chance to go and cook our own meals and prepare our own food and put all of that good stuff into our body that we know we should, but then we drive into drive-throughs, we get Uber Eats, we get all these quick, fast alternatives, and it's not nourishing our bodies. So our program is an easy, affordable solution to allow more whole food into our bodies so that we're nourishing, because when we feel nourished, our bodies are topped up. Every part of our life seems to flow in beautiful ways when we feel at our best. So our whole food program, we do have we have hundreds of healthy, easy recipes for the whole family. So unlike other different programs where usually you have to separate yourself from the actual family, most of the time, you know, we go on these crazy fad diets. We are definitely not a crazy fad diet. We are a sustainable program that allows you to live a healthier, balanced lifestyle and crave a healthier lifestyle. So we've got hundreds of recipes. We've got meal plans in there to help you prep and help you create that healthier lifestyle. We've got workouts, and you can do all of this from home. So we've got easy workouts at home. We've got cleanse and detox options as well, if that's an option suitable for you. We also do have mindset and mindfulness, self-love programs, because that is what's lacking. When you go to the gym, you sign up your membership, you don't get that holistic mindset work. And what comes with a weight loss program, what comes with any sort of health programs, we are missing that key factor is mindset, you know, self-sabotage, self-love. And that is where we come in and nourish that part of you. We help you to reset the mind, create healthier habits, create healthier mindset habits so that you're not self-sabotaging your weight and your health. So we help you create better mindset as well. So we've got things like meditation, self-love, 30 days of gratitude, all of that stuff. It's all online, and you never get kicked out of our program. Once you're in our program, you're in our program for life, which is amazing because it means you can keep those results happening throughout your entire life and also introduce it to your family. Now, we also use a whole food, beautiful product called Juice Plus. So if any of you guys have seen, which some of you guys may have seen some of the posts go around, these are the products here. I know I was skeptical when I saw products come into a program because quite often we like to just stick to whole food, but literally this is whole food. I know it may not look like it, but it's real food. It's real food inside a capsule, which is amazing because I'm a whole food person. I really think that we should be getting all of our nutrients from whole food. And what this is essentially is 33 vine ripened whole organic fruits and vegetables juiced up. We take the sugar and water out of the juice, which leaves the beautiful powder. So the powder is where we get all of our micronutrients, which works inside our cells and DNA on a cellular and DNA level, which is incredible because if you're currently taking a multivitamin, that's just passing right through you. Your body's not recognizing it. Your body doesn't recognize anything that is not whole food. This is real food, just made in a super, super easy way so that you can travel with it, you can eat it. You're literally putting 33 vine ripened whole organic fruits and vegetables inside your body before you eat breakfast, which is insane. It's amazing. It's just amazing. And we also do have omegas as well. So omegas are really important. Again, all of our products are all plant-based. They're all vegan. They are all everyone can take it. Pregnant people can take it, mamas can take it, breastfeeding women can have this product as well. So it is something that everyone can have, which I love. Even kids love it. So on that kids side as well, we do sponsor children for free. So if you've got kids, this is amazing because we know that we like to look after our children before we look after ourselves, right? And kids are so fussy. So how hard is it to get the right amount of fruits and vegetables inside our kids? So with our program, when you do become part of our program and purchase the products, you do also get the children's gummies absolutely free. So they're exactly the same concept as the capsules. The kids are getting about 26 different varieties of fruits and vegetables inside their little bodies every single day. They think they're having a little lolly because it is like a little lolly, but again, it's plant-based. It's mixed with a bit of tapioca starch, making it vegan and palatable for the children as well. So with the omegas, it is vegan, it is plant-based. It does come from the algae, which is what the fish feed off. So it's coming from the natural source. You've got all different plant oils in there, so you're not harming the fish. It's sustainable. And if you're not eating 1 or 2 fish meals a week, it's pretty prevalent that most of us are lacking in omegas. So omegas are amazing for depression, for anxiety, amazing for joint health, brain health, eye health, and so many other things. So we don't just have omega-3, it's omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, which is insane that you get that every single day. And last but not least, we don't have millions of products, so it's super easy. It's all whole food, it's all natural. These are our plant-based shakes. So these are also, they can be used as a meal on the go. It's basically your proteins, carbs, and fats, all your healthy stuff that you need every single day. Things like sprouts, pumpkin powder, pomegranate powder, spirulina, yucca, mushroom powder, all these random bits and pieces that generally we would not reach for on a daily basis. And it is amazing. 17 types of superfoods inside this packet. These are amazing because I'm currently in Bali traveling, and they're awesome for traveling because if you are running out the door with a piece of toast and a coffee in your hand, you know that you're getting these amazing nutrients inside your body every single day. Kids love them, and especially pregnant women that can't, ingest a lot through the day. It's amazing because, everyone seems to love these. They come in chocolate and vanilla, so they're amazing if you know that you're not getting enough throughout the day as well. So that's literally our program and products in a nutshell. So we're going to shoot over and hear some beautiful stories tonight of people who have had amazing benefits from our program and products. So enjoy the rest of our event.
Awesome. Thank you, darling. I love the way you share that. You're such a sweetheart. Absolutely. It just made perfect sense for me. I wasn't looking for a health program actually when I came across this. I was a dance teacher, right? So I thought I was super fit. And it wasn't until I watched this and I thought, holy Moses, I do not eat anywhere near the 2 to 5 that is recommended. So a product like this, I was keen to kind of give it a try to see if I noticed a difference. Literally within 2 to 3 days, my energy was the first thing to shift. I really noticed such an increase in energy. And for anybody that has a busy day, that's awesome. To not have to be crashing at 3 p.m. and reaching for chocolate bars or a can of Coke or something like that. You just had that nice sustained energy. I really started to think, maybe these are doing something. And realistically for me, it wasn't until I added in the shakes there that Ashley talked about, probably 2 weeks into my journey, that I really realized the benefit of these products. They also have an amazing mineral in there called niacin, which is a natural antidepressant. So anybody who does have issues with mental health or struggles with moods or anything like that, for me, they were a game changer. And that is really when I fell in love with the product and the program, and I wanted more people to understand that maybe there is just a little bit of a deficiency in your body. You might not be sick. You might not be unwell, you might not be hating life, you might just have a deficiency somewhere, which is so, so cool. So we're going to shoot on over now and hear from the beautiful Shanice. Now, I love this because we have some really cool programs that pop up inside of our greater program. And one of them is basically our shred. It's our weight loss competition. Now, although we're not weight loss based, there are components there because so many people just have issues with the way their body is at the moment. So I really love Shanice's story because it's quite different to what we normally deal with, but it is really amazing to see that once we fuel our body well and we turn it on a cellular and DNA level, like Ashley explained, some really cool stuff can happen, and weight loss is obviously one of them. So Shanice, let's hear your story, beautiful.
Hello, my name's Shanice. So I guess I started my journey a year ago in April 2018. I fell across a post on social media about wanting to lose weight, and I had actually just found out that I was my liver was failing because I was severely lacking bilirubin. So I thought, what do I have to lose? I better jump on that and just give it a shot. And then I did the 8-week challenge. I lost 11.5 kilos in the shred and went on to lose 50 kilos a year later.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. I've seen the photos that you've posted up and it's just amazing, honey. So can you let us know what was kind of, I guess, the best part of the program for you. Obviously, the weight loss was a really cool side effect, a really cool result. But what did you love about it? Like, what kept you in the game?
It's definitely the sense of community I had. I think what I was struggling with for a long time was who I was surrounding myself with, people that didn't really want to better themselves. And once I came across this, the community was just so helpful and loving and supportive that even on your bad days, they would pick you up and keep you going.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the same for me too, because I kind of lacked that, I guess, in my life, in my other circles. So it was really nice to see people that were genuinely caring. Hey, I agree. Well, I think you're amazing, darling, and I'm really excited for you to jump in because I know you've got a really big story and there's so many people out there that you want to hear that story so that you can inspire them to kind of help make some changes in your life too. So I'm so happy to have you on board, darling, and I'm excited to see where this all goes for you. You're a total inspiration.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing, babe. Okay, now we're going to shoot on over and hear from that awesome lady who put up the random post on social media, and that's Miss Mel. Now, Mel has been in the business and on the product as a customer first for quite a while. So, Mel, you tell us why you love the product and then, of course, why you're happy to, I guess, represent it and share it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And well done, Shanice, on that. Her transformation is, one reason why I like doing this business. Like, it's right there. You actually, you really do get to change lives and transform people's lives. She's gone from being not in a good place with her health as far as, failing organs to now, she's completely, better. So that's definitely one reason why this business ticks boxes for me. I was, for a start, for the products for myself, I was a mummy who was really, really tired. I had sugar cravings going through the roof. My hair was falling out. I had brain fog. I felt physically nauseated all the time. My limbs were aching. And I was getting quite anxious, which I'd never had in my life. So the products, completely made sense to me, and chronic sinus sufferer for about 20 years. That I was one of those synthetic pill poppers that had an array of concoctions in my cupboard. And so it made sense to me because it was just food and it was very convenient. I could get up, take my capsules and, get on with the day, have a shake, get on with the day. So in the end, I actually worked out that I was nutrient deficient, and that literally was my whole problem. So that in hand, that it has completely, turned my health around. And the business itself, I was on maternity leave at the same time when this did come across my plate, and I kind of, I didn't know I really was looking for something, but I kind of was, because my mum looks after our kids, and I didn't want to have to burden her because she's already very busy doing more babysitting duties for me to go and, trade those dollars for those hours for dollars. So it kind of thought, if we could at least pay for my products and maybe make, a little bit extra, that would be really good. But saying that, it's far out exceeded my expectations of community as well. Being a stay-at-home mum, you kind of feel a little bit lost at times. You lose yourself, and you kind of, cut yourself off from your friends and that too. So they're all busy. So the community was one big thing that's completely, totally amazed me. And now I'm forever grateful for that. But also too, we love to travel. So it's allowed us, for me to actually make money while we are traveling, which was fantastic. And it actually, doing my tax last year, I made more money working this than what I did my part-time job. So that, in fact, saved my mum 540 hours of looking after my children. So, it's far exceeded everything, all my expectations, and I really love it.
Ah, that's exciting. How cool is it when you look at that? I would love to know the amount of daycare hours that I've saved. I reckon it'd be a small fortune. I love that. Now, you know what? These are just two small stories, even though I know they've changed their lives, of our client base. We have thousands and thousands of people all over the world, which is amazing, who are taking part in our program. Now, it is literally up in the tens of thousands. There are so many people, and just like Ashley mentioned, once you come in, you're free for life. You get access to life, even if you can't afford the products or you have to pull out for a little bit, you still get access to all the program, which is really important because we all know that life happens, but we still want to see you succeed as often as possible. Now, because we've got such a unique and beautiful experience here that we want to show people, there really is, I guess, so many of us on a mission trying to get the word out. And I mean, we talk so often about word of mouth. We know how important it is on social media. The community and the people that are talking are way more powerful than the big advertising companies. We really do have the world in our hand when we look at a social media platform. We can go out there and give our honest feedback on what we know works. And it really is blowing a lot of the older traditional styles of marketing out of the water. So I love this business model. You know, I think I was a little bit apprehensive at start because I needed to get my questions answered. I wasn't sure what it was. And there was so much stigma around, oh, it's one of those things, it's an online scam, don't give your credit card over, you know, all this kind of fear mongering that made me think, you know what, maybe it is. But I watched something like this, and like I mentioned before, the stories were so relatable. The ladies and the gents on there were so real that I just kind of felt compelled to look further, and I'm so damn glad I did. So Jose is going to share with us a few of the myths that we all have around this business and why we should maybe invest a little bit of open-minded attention into looking at it and building up another wealth stream. So Jose, I'm going to shoot on over to you, darling. Floor's yours.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, so like Kat just mentioned, I know for me, I was a huge skeptic coming into this online work world. Having started working full-time hours at 17, my idea of, I guess, earning money and the way the world worked, I had to go to work for massive hours to see that money land in my bank. And for me, I worked big hours thinking that's what I had to do in order to, you know, earn an income or save to travel. And until I saw it explained for me, I didn't realize how, I guess, the potential that's in the online industry. So for me, I'm a very visual person. Until I saw it drawn and explained to me, I didn't get it. It sort of went in one ear and out the other. So I'm going to draw it for you. And I'm going to use my current situation as my, I guess, bit of a story, because I'm still in 9 to 5. And for me, I work massive hours. So I'm in the recruitment industry. And if you know that industry well, or even just a little bit, you know it's really stressful. It's busy, it's massive hours. And it's not something I guess I can see myself doing for the next 40 years. You know, for me to commute to and from's enough as it is, let alone, I guess, the sort of situation that happens. So I came in down the bottom at my 9 to 5, just as a general admin. And sitting there, I felt important because before that I worked in manufacturing. So to step into an office role, I felt all of a sudden more important. But sitting there, I was responsible for everyone's jobs they didn't want to do. So I got all the stuff they didn't want to do. And I was sort of everyone's, I guess, personal assistant. So I felt really undervalued there. And I thought, hey, I'm going to move up. I'm going to give myself a pay increase. I'm going to promote myself and become a recruitment consultant. So I did that. But I was also handed a phone, I was handed a laptop, and I was reachable 24/7. And they used that to their advantage. They'd call me on weekends. They'd call me, you know, when I'm trying to sit down with my partner and eat dinner. I couldn't clock off. They could reach me at any time of the day. And I guess that's a responsibility that came with stepping up to that more important role. for not that much more money. So I sort of sat there, and a job opened up above that. So to senior recruitment consultant and HR. And I thought, yes, I want that important title. You know, I want to step up and I want to be more recognized. So I worked my absolute butt off to get there. I worked overtime for no extra money. You know, I did extra work within my hours to kind of prove myself. And I stepped on a lot of toes in the meantime to do that. And, you know, I burned a few bridges and a few work friendships to do so. And unfortunately, I actually didn't get it. They recruited externally. So someone came in outside the business over my head and took that position. So I instantly felt undervalued. I felt like a number in the system. And I sort of lost all loyalty to the company, knowing it's quite a small team, but being a family-run business, there was no chance of me reaching the top. So CEO was never going to be my title. And I thought, I'm here. I didn't manage to get there. So I'm sort of where I'm at. And, you know, for changing, you know, an hour of my time for the same dollar figure every week and living week to week, I knew being in my early 20s that there was more out there. For me, all I want to do is travel. But unfortunately with traditional work, I only get 4 weeks a year annual leave. And I apply for that leave, but it doesn't always get approved because being a small team, like I mentioned, if someone else is out of the office, then I don't get to take that leave. Instead, I get to do my job and their job. So it just, yeah, it's not for me. And when I saw, I guess, the Juice Plus business structure shown to me, it made complete sense. And I thought, I'm crazy not to jump in and give it a go, knowing that everyone comes in down the bottom, no matter who you are, whether you're a stay-at-home mum, a student, a doctor, for me, you know, a corporate worker, everybody comes in down the bottom. And we refer to it as a teaching business. So in order to work your way up, you need to be willing to reach your way down and help others come up with you. So if you're just in it as a hobby, all you want is a couple of $100 a month just to pay the bills or get your hair done, then we're going to love you just the same as if you were in the business and wanting to do it as a full-time career. Our pinnacle position being NMD, that's National Marketing Director, that position is unlimited. So everyone can reach that position if they want to. They just need to be willing to reach down and help other people make their way up. And that all made complete sense. I thought, awesome, that's really cool, but I don't know enough people. A massive fear of mine was the fact I didn't know enough people to be able to do it. So, you know, I don't have enough friends. I didn't want to reach out to my friends and family and, you know, rope them into it. I had no idea what it was at the beginning. So I just thought I was on my own. But I soon realized, for me, I reached out to a couple of girlfriends, you know, who I met through social media. And they did the same thing. So they went out and reached out to a couple of friends of theirs. I then did the same thing again. And all of a sudden, it popcorns. It's what we call the popcorn effect. Our team just grows. And like you can see on here tonight, it's a definite example of the community that's possible. And this whole popcorn effect here, you know, like welcoming people in, that's the community you can see before us. So for me, you know, being able to work with people that I guess share my interests, but want to see other people succeed, it by far beats traditional work for me. You know, knowing I can do it in my own time, but also possibly replace my 9 to 5, that's the best part, and I can do it while I travel. So yeah, that's it.
That's awesome, babe. All right, I'm going to shoot on over to our beautiful Abby, another gorgeous Bali traveler. We've definitely got a thing for Bali. Hey, us wandering spirits. So Abby's going to share with us a little about what she's noticed in being in the business for a while. Obviously, the background there is a little bit of a perk of being able to travel and earn money as well. So, babe, it's all yours.
Thanks, Kat. Hey, everybody. Super happy to be here tonight. I'm just reflecting on this whole of everybody's journeys as well, and I can resonate with so many of you so far, especially Josie. But I started with this when I was in London. I was working myself to death pretty much in a job that I was putting more in than putting way too much work in for little reward. And I think the story goes the same for so many people. So many people end up in jobs where they're just giving without much receiving. And I was the same. And I burnt myself out. So I was in a sales role at the time, and I just burnt myself out to the point of quitting the job and taking a whole month off work. And so when I was in London, home, like without a job, paying probably one of the most expensive cities in the world, I was looking at a way to sort of fill my entrepreneurial spirit, but also I didn't really know exactly what to do with that. So then I followed and I reached out to a girl who was promoting this lifestyle, who was promoting wellness, and who was promoting working online, because that's where I wanted to be at the time. I knew that I wanted to sort my own health out, and I knew that I wanted to start working for myself, but didn't have the structure or the system to actually make anything happen. I just had the ideas with no real understanding of business. So when I came into this business, I didn't know anything. I had no clue about health or wellness or anything. I had no clue really about business or how to build a business online or anything. And where I'm at now, it was last year that I joined, so it's been a bit over a year, and I've been able to build my business to a point where I've been able to take some time off, and I'm taken this job and taken this business over to Bali with me. It's also inspired a passion for me in health and wellness with my own personal transformation, but helping other people. It's inspired me to then go on and study nutrition so that I can further help people on their journey, seeing how much the products really impacted people, wanting to then guide them through an even more deep process. So starting my own health coaching practice, which without this business, none of it would have been possible. Without the community and the support from the people in the Soul Project, it wouldn't have been possible. So I devote a lot of my own self-growth and a lot of my own, first of all, freedom towards choosing and saying yes to this business. So I'm just super, super passionate about showing other people that they can live the dream life. They can live the Bali life. Like Josie, you'll be here in no time if you just decide and you commit and you make it your mission to do so. So yeah, thank you. I'm back to you, Kat.
Oh, I love you, girl. I'm so excited for you. And I know that too, like, realistically, so I'm at the stage where I'm an NMD, and I have been for about 3 years now. I hit NMD very quickly. And you know what? That's not the standard. I'm going to be totally honest with you. If NMD takes you 4 years, so be it. It's $100,000 landing in your bank residually. Now, most of us aren't conditioned to understand residually, right? Residually means whether you work or not, it gets into your bank account. Because of that beautiful popcorn that Josie showed, you create a team that has momentum and heart well bigger than you, and they work when you sleep. You work when they sleep, and vice versa. And the teamwork makes the dream work. And that is now how I've created my wealth. I've been able to inspire enough people to then go and inspire other people and inspire other people. And I'm really proud of that, because it has been a big energy exchange for me. It come from somebody who was so determined to stay in my own lane, in my own box, and to hate everything around me because I was a victim to my circumstance. This vehicle showed me that I can actually impact people really powerfully. I can help them change their life. And if that's a doorway to a better life for them, I'm going to hold that doorway open for as many people as possible. And what's amazing is that 4 years, 5 years, 10 years is going to go past anyway. So if you're in a crappy job, or if you're in a situation that you don't like, now is the time to just start saying, you know what? I'm ready to change. I'm ready to at least try something new, and I'm ready to put each one foot in front of the other each day, even when it's difficult, even when things don't look rosy, even when people tell me no, or people tell me what I'm doing is crazy, because the amount of times I've had people tell me I was crazy when I started this journey was epic. But you know what? They're all very quiet now, because my room, it looks like a mess behind me, because I'm packing up. And moving to my absolute dream house. I've just bought my first property, and my first property is in the 7 figures. Now, I just want to let everybody know, for the people who are thinking, yeah, cool, good on you, because you don't know me, right? You don't know my story. But 4 years ago, I was in a domestic abusive relationship where I felt like I was powerless. I was a victim to my circumstance every day. I got up in survival mode every day. I had bankruptcy papers filled out, ready to file, because there was no way out of my hole. You know, my partner at the time had gotten us so far in debt through some really unhealthy habits that we just couldn't climb our way out. I physically couldn't work any more hours in the day, and I had to look after my kids. With people calling me all the time and telling me, I need this, you're overdue for this, pay this. It was so damn stressful. So I just want to let you guys know, if you've ever been in that spot, you're not alone, but you don't have to stay there. You really don't. You can't normally get out of it by working a traditional job. Sometimes you have to look outside of the box, and that will be the damn best decision that you make. It really will. It's not always going to be easy, and anybody that promises you that you can earn ridiculous money straight away is being silly. It's a business. It takes time, it takes passion, it takes heart, but the beauty of this is that you can fit it around whatever you're doing. You can fit it around whatever passions, whatever responsibilities, whatever obligations you have now. And like I said, you can start putting one foot in front of the other. So by 4 or 5 years down the track, your life can look a hell of a lot different. You know what? You could also be crazy like me and create a 6-figure income in 12 months' time. There is absolutely no limits in this. Just like Josie showed, if you want to go straight to the top and you've got the work ethic to do it, you absolutely can. So I just want to share really briefly how we get paid. Because when I came into this business, I had somebody sit in front of me and she was amazing, right? To me, I just thought, you know what? You're who I want to be when I grow up. That's Linda, for anybody who's watching this and knows her. And I was really inspired, and I just thought, she's really cool. And I figured she's been doing this for 7 years. She must earn a pretty okay income. She's doing it full time. When somebody sat down and told me actually what she was earning, it blew my mind, because she was earning per month what I would love to be earning in a year, my annual salary. Like when I was struggling, I thought, you know what, if I could earn 50 grand a month, 50 grand a year, that's cool. That pays my bills. That gets me out of debt. This woman was earning it in a month, but I had no idea. I just assumed that this was something that I could build up and maybe have an extra $500 to $1,000. And don't get me wrong, like Joe said, there's people that do that. And I love that. I love that we're helping them create a need and getting to tick that off their box. You know, maybe some people just come in to get the product for free and help some people along the way, which is awesome. But there's also this insane amount of abundance that we can create through a vehicle like this when we help enough people. So we actually get paid 3 ways, which is really cool, because if you have a normal job, you're pretty used to just swapping your hour for a dollar figure and that's all you get. Maybe a bonus if you're lucky. But in this business, we get paid bonuses, which are now money. So every time we create a promotion, which your first one can happen as quick as your couple of days. I think Shanice hit hers before she was even into the business a week. You get a bonus in your bank account. Now, these look pretty epic. Obviously, they start smaller, but the ones that we've got running at the top end right now are up near $4,000 and $8,000. So for me, I know that was like a whole 1 month wage at that time, and being able to just see that land in my bank account was absolutely mind-blowing. Then we get paid retail profit. So every time we connect somebody brand new to our program or our product, we get money in our bank account for doing it. Which, I mean, like I shared before, we're already doing it. We're using social media to share everything that we love and everything that we hate. So we may as well get paid for it. And then the third way that we get paid is the residual income. Now, this one's called our performance bonus. So how we can teach people directly reflects our residual income, which is what I was talking about before. At the NMD position, we're earning roughly about $100 grand a year residually. So that's between $8,000 and $9,000 landing in your bank account every month. Now, I have a really special, perspective of this residual income, because I have a little baby who is 10 weeks old at the moment. So I have spent the best half of a year growing a human, feeling really horrible, and not being able to work as much as I like, because I'm one of those really lucky women that gets hyperemesis, if you've ever known anybody that gets it. So I spend pretty much the most of my pregnancy in bed. The beauty of this business is obviously I built it up a few years beforehand, so I was consistently getting paid residual income. Now, I have 2 older children. That didn't happen when I was pregnant with them. I was working casual, so if I didn't turn up, I didn't get paid. So I really love that the fact that we have 3 different ways to create wealth, and we get to control it ourselves, regardless of, you know, what circumstance life is throwing at us. Now, where does this money come from? There is this massive stigma that we earn it off people that are underneath us. You know, it was one of my biggest worries when I came into this business, but I want to share to you guys. Juice Plus is a very smart company. They've been around for 40 years with exactly the same product for 32 of those years, which is absolutely epic. The longevity that this company has is next to nothing. Okay, there's nothing else like it. But what they've done for those 3-4 decades is realize that money thrown into advertising, like most other normal companies, they spend millions, if not tens of millions of dollars on advertising every year. Juice Plus does not do that. You won't see a TV ad for them. You won't see a big billboard. You won't see a fancy celebrity who probably doesn't even use the products talking about how wonderful they are. What you will see is a lot of really normal, relatable customers who are sharing their results. So with all this money that Juice Plus saves, every single month, every single year that they don't pay for advertising, they give it back to the little customers down here. Now, if you're a little customer who is building other customers and who is supporting it, they pay you what we call a performance bonus. And that's money that's coming into your bank basically for being a manager, for helping people learn, for holding them their hands. Because when Josie explained, we don't have traditional business. There's not somebody in here who's called you to IC. All right, what you do have is a sponsor, somebody who brings you in, who nurtures you, who teaches you. And if they do a really good job of that, they get provided extra money from the Juice Plus revenue, not from the person underneath them, as a manager, as a payment wage. So it really is a beautiful way to be able to do it. It's performance-based, which I love, because if you can love on people and you want to help them, then you can do really well in this business. That doesn't happen in general life and in general work. So it really is something totally different. Now, I know when I was first shown this, it blew my mind. I was really intrigued to know more. I guess there was like a little light that kind of went on at that end of that really dark tunnel. I'm just so bloody glad that I did, guys. I have seen people over the years inquire about this, want to know more, but just not get their questions answered, and they're still in the same spot. And I've completely changed my life because I made that decision to go for it. So, you know, if you're on the fence, get your questions answered, so that you can either give it a really strong yes or a really strong no. Okay, because sitting on the fence is not going to change your life. It really isn't. So I hope you guys have got a little bit of inspiration from tonight, because that's what we want to do. We want to help people realize that there's a whole other life out there that they can tap into. I'm really proud of everybody that shared tonight, especially you, Shanice. Thank you so much for jumping on, babe. I know when I first started and I got asked to share at my launch like this, I cried. So you're like 5,000 steps above me. So future NMD girlfriend, you're up for it. Thank you so much for jumping on though, guys. I really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye. Big love.